Hi, this is Marty Murphy of tappingreallyworks.com. And I found the title of this newsletter on the internet, and it was done by Gloria Steinam, where she says, "The truth will set you free, but it will piss you off." And I thought truer words were never spoken, especially for myself. And in my work with EFT, what I have found to be the most powerful, impactful place to go is to really allow for all of our feelings. And I think for many of us, anger's the forbidden emotion. It's like there's a lot of messages about it, like in certain areas, it's kind of okay to feel it, but there's always this sense of needing to kind of keep a lid on it. And I even read a quote recently about a guy that said, "It's useless, it's worthless, I have no time for it, it doesn't serve me." And my belief about that is we need to allow for our anger. We need to give it full flower. We need to find that space to be able to go and feel all the anger that we've ever needed to feel, that started out in childhood and has carried us through adulthood. All the times we've been told, you shouldn't feel that way. Oh, don't get angry about that. All the ways we're shushed away from our feelings. And if you think about that, the buildup of that is that you end up getting really pissed off after a while, and yet we keep being told to deny it. And I know I've said this in the past. For myself, when I really first got clean of my eating disorder, which was the way, and this was back in my 20s, when it was the way I was just stuffing down my feelings, it was not anger that came up for me. It was rage. And I was quite terrified of it. And I didn't have the benefit of EFT at that time. So I had a baseball bat that I took to a mattress and just whammed away at it. And it helped release some of the physical energy. But I can tell you, since I've discovered EFT, I have not found anything more effective and that works so quickly to give us a safe place to allow for this forbidden emotion, anger, and to tap through it so that we can truly, finally begin to free ourselves from it. And part of that quote that Gloria Steinam has that I absolutely love is, "The truth will set you free," which we've heard, most of us have heard that. And when we begin to practice EFT and really get in touch with our truth, the truth of who we are, the truth of how we felt as a little kid, the truth of how we felt about different things that happened to us in our life, I think a lot of times we can find we're pretty pissed about it. We're pretty angry about it. Because at that stage in our life, we felt so helpless and powerless to be able to do something about it. So what I love about this quote is, the truth will set you free. And at the same time, it will piss you off. Because when you really begin to own how you truly feel about things that happen to you, anger tends to be one of the emotions that come up. And you have to shelf the idea about being appropriate and, oh, I shouldn't do that. Oh, I shouldn't say that. And allow for that. But do it in the healthy way where you tap through it as you're expressing your anger. And I am not remotely suggesting that you go up to someone and say it to their face, but say it with a practitioner. Say it with yourself. Witness it for yourself. Give yourself the space to feel all that angry emotion that you have. Speak the truth, the unbridled truth, and tap through it. I guarantee it can set you free if you have it done in a really healthy way, in a safe environment. And I know that's been true for me, and it's been true for different people that I've worked with on this. It's just been such a liberator. It's liberating to finally speak the truth that you've always felt, that's churning inside of you anyway, that you've never had an opportunity to have a voice for. So when you give it a voice and you tap through it, you allow for the anger. And yeah, you can feel this rush of anger come up, but as you keep tapping through it, it dissipates and it's out of your energy system. So it can't haunt you anymore. It can't have the grip on you that it once had. It's sets you free to start stepping into the biggest version of yourself and to take the big leap into a life you love and that you absolutely deserve. So that said, I want to do a tapping round, and I'm going to use what's called the rant tapping. And I'll just pick a target for myself, and this is something that I've worked through, but I think it's a great way to do this. It's an incident, just anger that I had towards my parents. So this is the one time that I think it's okay to skip this. Otherwise, don't skip it. But this is just ranting out our anger. And this was really kind of a session that I did with myself about my parents. And I can tell you, it's really hard for me to muster up the anger for it anymore, but I'm going to go there as best I can just so that I can show you the effect of this. So you'd start out with, "Thanks a lot, Mom. Thanks a lot, Dad. You should have treated me better. You should have helped me more. You should have been there for me. You should have protected me. And you didn't. And that totally sucked for me. I felt so alone. I felt so lost. I was so little, trying to figure it all out, wanting desperately for you to help me. And you didn't. I got totally ripped off. I got screwed in the deal. And I'm so pissed about it. I'm so angry this happened to me. And I'm tired of playing nice about it. I'm tired of trying to swallow it up. I'm so sick of it. I am so pissed. I feel so ripped off. Couldn't you see what was happening to me? Why didn't you step in? Why didn't you help me? Why didn't you make me feel safe? I felt the opposite. I felt totally ripped off. I'm so pissed about it. But I'm finally getting it out. And I'm finally speaking my truth. And then take a deep breath. That's the idea behind rant tapping. You just say what you need to say, and you do it in a very safe environment with yourself, with a practitioner. You just get it all out. If you got to use expletives, do it. I certainly did. There's nothing that's off limits when you're doing it this way. And just tap, 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 tap. And if that brought up an emotional charge in you, I recommend rewind, go back, play this part again, and just keep tapping through it. Or take it on your own and tap through whatever's true for you about that. And then now I'm going to move it into more of a positive light. So when you're done getting through that sort of really angry part, then you can come back and play this part. So I've been so pissed about this. So shut down about it. Never feeling like I got my say. But I'm starting to feel that ease up. I'm feeling a bit more relief. God, it feels good to say it out loud. To finally express what I felt inside. To let it out. I felt so stuck in this. Now I can begin to set myself free. This has been so toxic for me. And the truth is, it's been toxic for you. Because at times I've actually hated you. And then I felt guilty about that. But I felt abused. I was so terrified and felt so unsafe. But now I can give that to myself. I can help myself feel safe. I can reparent myself. I'm tired of being angry. But it is such a relief to get it out. I'm so happy for that. It's been exhausting. It feels so good to acknowledge my genuine anger and let go of its toxic hold on me. I am beginning to set myself free. Free from this toxic anger. But the only way through it is to allow myself to feel it. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I know I'll get through it. And now I won't stay frozen in this. I won't stay stuck in this anymore. And I'm thankful for that. I can finally set myself free. Free from the grip my hidden anger has had on me. Better out than in. I'm thankful to get it out so it doesn't stay stuck inside of me. And then take another deep breath. And go back and do that as many times as you need to. I'm a firm believer. Give full flower to your anger. Own it. Do it in a safe way. I highly recommend you do this with a practitioner because you can have really strong emotions come up that can really get in your way. But if you have a trained practitioner that can really help get you through that, it is so liberating. So absolutely liberating. And I've had so many different people I work with talk about how, God, I feel liberated from expressing this. So thanks for being here. And the truth will set you free. But it probably will piss you off first. But now you have a way to get through that. See you on the next video. Take good care.